Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we are going to briefly discuss the Drakul Pylon line. Now, at first glance, you might think that this line sucks, but we have to take a couple considerations. Now, when you look through the prizes in this line, you will see electronium bars, pearls, timers, embers, a bunch of things. One thing that stands out is that there are no gold chests. Now, that is very disappointing. Now, that makes this line, in comparison to the howitzer line, a horrible choice. The good thing is it does give keys, which is great. Now, when you compare it to the howitzer line, yes, it is not very good. And we'll take a look at Morion's comparison from the forums when you compare them side by side and see what the differences are. But one thing to consider is just the sheer amount of electronium bars and timers in this line are huge. It also gives you a lot of embers. Now, yes, the fact that it does not have gold chests does make it worse than the howitzer line. So if you have to choose between the two, definitely pick the howitzer branch. But if you've already got the howitzer branch and you want more electronium or electrum bars, or you want more timers, there's a ton of timers and electrum bars and embers in this line. So it still is a very good choice, especially if you don't need another dragon or you don't need another rider. If there's nothing else that you want, this is great because it gives you tons of upgrade resources still. So let's go take a look at the comparison that Morion placed on the forums. So a quick summary that he says is it's not bad, but it's not as good as the howitzer line because the total count of items compared to the howitzer line is not as good. And he puts the total item difference in brackets when you compare it to the howitzer line. So the number of days of timers, you actually get 53 days more from this branch. You also get 10,450 more embers than the howitzer branch. You get a little bit less electrum bars, 12,600 less, but that's still a ton of bars from the branch. And the big, most disappointing factor is you get no gold chests, which means you're missing out on 143 gold chests if you're choosing between the howitzer branch and the Drakul branch. So if you were to pick the howitzer line, you would be getting less timers and less embers, but the amount of gold chests that you would need to get that difference back is only 60. So you're coming out with a lot more gold chests, which will get you a lot more of those resources and other resources like sigils. You do get less electrum bars from the Drakul cannon line or pylon line, which is too bad, but it is a lot overall. So if you do want to invest in the howitzer and the Drakul pylon, and you're not certain how you're going to get these in the future, this is a good option because you can't get them any other way right now. So if you have the ability to max level towers and you want a couple of these, then you should invest in this line for sure. But if you're lower level and you already have your howitzer and one or two pylons maxed from the howitzer line itself, you may not need the Drakul pylon line, so you can invest in something else if it's more beneficial to you. So it's not a complete miss out if you can't get this line, but it is good for all the timers and embers and bars that you can get. The other thing to consider is in the coming seasons, you will be able to merge and transform into these towers, so you might not need all these bars. So the bottom line is it is a good branch for the number of embers, timers, and electrum bars that you get. But if you have not yet claimed the howitzer line, you should definitely choose the howitzer line over this new line. I have built the Drakul pylon myself. I did manage to get it up to my max level 75 currently. Well, technically not my max, but that's what I have all my towers at. I can technically get to 77 right now, but I have not had a chance to get people to attack me and record some defended play, but I hopefully will get some of that in the coming days so I can post that for everyone before the end of this event. So I hope this video was helpful and I will see you in the next video.